Welcome to the main focal point of my 4 booklets. I present here a few patches that I dyed, layered, bits and pieces of fabrics, little bits and pieces, laces. I stitched, seed stitches, running stitches, colonial knots, cross stitches, normal stitches, don't know what the name is, kind of cross stitches, slow stitching, and here some colonial seed stitching in here, and then I made a little circle here. And again, I don't know what stitch I used here to sew it into this circle here. And these patches, I have 3 each in 4 varieties. So that's why I have 4 booklets. I made them before I even thought I will gonna make a booklet. So, but because of the size, they just present themselves to the right size to make my little booklets here. They just fit into these boxes, and they're gonna be filling here. I'll show that later on in the next movie. In this video I just would like to present you my patches in an assemblage. Assemblage is like an assemblage, like a collage, a 3D collage. So assemblage. This is my first set of 3, and it will grace this booklet. This is a presentation for the next booklet. These are the little patchwork stitched pieces that will go into this booklet. So what I've done here is, again, I layered fabric and I put thread here, just make kind of a collage over the layered fabric, and then I stitched it with colonial stitches. And this one here has a lot of slow stitching. Here I have a row of slow stitching, again threads that I put together, and I make this little circle again. And this bit here is also again layered fabric with a bit of threads, and I stitched them on with seed stitches. Another set of my 3 patches. I hope this is not too hidden behind the marigold. On this one I did that pom-pom stitch that Rachel taught us, to make a circle, and then you cut the threads, and then you cut them open and shorten them, give them a haircut until they look like a pom-pom. And I did that on a piece of fabric, and I cut it in a circle, and I sewed it on here on my layering, and a bit of stitching, bit of dyed doily, painted doily actually. Same here with layering, dyed fabric. I still dyed that with cat's claw, and a bit of slow stitching, very minimalistic. And here just a doily circle with a bit of frills, different dyed fabrics. Well, they are the same fabrics, all these fabrics and this one here on top, they all had received a cat's claw bath. and they will be gracing this journal, this little booklet here. These 3 collages out of the series of 4 will grace this little booklet. Meanwhile, I made a 4th little collage, so I don't know yet where this one will go. Somewhere in here, inside. Just look beautiful. Love the little seed stitches. So that's this little booklet. And here again, same thing, cat's claw dyed little rags, fabrics. This is a dried out wet cloth with some markings on it because I used it, and some cross stitching, 1 colonial stitch, few slow stitching, and a row of colonial stitches here. This one, same story. All these fabrics, cat's claw dyed, the dried out wet cloth with its markings, and here these are upright cross stitches and big colonial stitches I made here, and then these very fine stitching here are just some colonial stitch, and then these are other ones you made a long stem, and then you have the knot. You've got a bit of a stem, and then you have the knot. Unfortunately, I don't know the name of these stitches. I know I learned it from Sonia quite a while ago. This is when all my collages started. I just couldn't stop. I just did one after the other. It were rainy days, and I watched the series on TV or on the computer, I must say. I haven't got a TV. And I made all these patches, and then I learned these stitches. But since then I asked Sonia to please write down the names of the stitches she's teaching, so I also can pass on the name of the stitches. And here again, the piece of dried wet cloth. I love how they tear. Just beautiful. Very raggedy. And here again I used nearly invisible slow stitching here, and then again I made one of my circles here, and also with a stitch, I don't know the name of it, I think it's a blanket stitch, not sure. So these 3 collages will go into this booklet here. I hope this will be sharp enough. And just to let you know that this is just a very short video I make with these little patches in my assemblages. And in the next video I will show you how I fill these signature pockets and what I will be making out of these ones to use it in the signature pockets. I thought I'd continue to show you how I make those little inserts that will be the flaps to go into these pockets. So I started with, again, I made templates exactly to the size that I will be needing, and then I coffee dyed 200 GSM cardstock, coffee dyed it. This side I put it on the roast, as you see here. So this is where you can journal. It kind of suggests lines, and the front have this lovely little doily pattern. And the A4 size, 2 of these journals will, these are the top flaps. These are the pockets that will be like this. So 2 of these will fit exactly on the A4 size. You will have a little bit left over. These are for the side pockets here. And the flip down pocket that goes in the top loading one. I took the A4 and halved it this size, so you get 2 of the flip down pockets, which is, you know, handy if you make 4 like me, but you suit yourself, of course. You just would have this much left over for another project. So then I had my template for the exact size that fits in that top loading flip, and I outline it, and here for the side ones that go in like this, I outline it like this. It's a very, very rainy day today and cold, so I opted for my indoor studio. But I hope wherever you are, you got a beautiful day, maybe better than what is here. So these are the side ones, and then that's for the top loading. So we quickly cut this out. We can take the scissor, or we can take the guillotine. I only got a very big guillotine, and it's hardly worth to get that here. But if I was not filming, I probably would take it over to my big guillotine and make lovely cuts. I also could use the Stanley knife, but hey, today I feel like just quickly do this. Now that should just be half. Just to make sure I got a good line. Yes, I did have a good line. So these were my templates, and these are my new cutout booklets. So I show you what I will be doing, because I'm thinking these are gonna be booklets. This one comes here. This one comes here. And this one see, again it suggests the writing. Lines will be coming here. Then these little bits and pieces come here on top of the cover of these little booklets. And here the third. And now you see why we wanted the bigger gap here, because here too big of these chunky monkey stitching pads will be facing, so we need a little bit more gap in the first pocket signature, and this is then the third. And what I will be doing, apart from attaching this here, probably stitching, because I don't like the glue on the fabric, and then I make little journaling pages in here. And I thought that's not so very difficult. Like, I will give that a miss to show you in this series, and then after this I will go straight to finishing everything myself, and then I show you a flip through these journals, to these 4 little booklet journals. Okay, now definitely goodbye for now. I wish you all a beautiful day and enjoy life. Hope you are all safe. Have happy crafting, and I shall see you in the video where I show you the flip through my 4 little booklets when they are finished with these coffee dyed inserts. Bye now.